I wish you could get to do sometimes what I get to do, and that's this last 2 or 3 weeks we've been in the period of students notifying us about being accepted to professional school or graduate school and so on. We just in the last, as I said, the last week and a half, we've had 2 accepted for physical therapy school, one at OU, one at Texas Tech. We've had 2 accepted to medical school at OU. We've had a student be accepted to journalism graduate school at the University of Missouri at Columbia, which is kind of the gold standard for that program. And that's just all within about a week and a half. And those students, I know, have all benefited from scholarships that have been raised through drives like this. So we appreciate you so much. I know it's just another thing to do on a busy schedule, but we appreciate your help, and I can tell you it is well worth the effort. We have some amazing students who are benefiting from that. So.
Contact people on campus, faculty members, and other staff employees to help with the scholarship drive to pair it with community members. And it's been a relatively easy job, but occasionally you run into some people that it's not that they don't recognize the value of the scholarship drive or that they're too busy to do it. They think it's a really important project, but they're a little bit scared to go out and ask people for money. They say, I just don't feel comfortable asking people for money. So for those of you that have participated, and I know that many of our faculty members are not here today because they are busy teaching class, but I want to thank you for having the courage to go out and help us with this scholarship campaign. The fact that the value of this project overrides your fear is really significant, and I want to thank those people for participating, because it is, as Dr. Cunningham said, the end product is really great and a great reward to all of us. So thank you to the faculty and staff.
And of course, it's always nice to go and be able to promote yourself and promote the university at the same time, because we are the university, and what we represent in the community is the university itself. So when we go out and ask for money, we're asking for something to support the ship, not to save a sinking ship. And that, I think, makes it a lot more positive type of request. And so, once again, let me thank you for your work this year. Let me thank the new team members. We'll look forward to working again next year as we continue to grow the foundation and make it possible for learning and leadership for life to be a part of this community in perpetuity.
As part of this campaign every year, we send out that brochure that you all saw, and then we send out a postcard. And one of the letters we got back came from Roseburg, Oregon. I'd like to share that with you real quick. It says, Dear Skeeter, I'm writing on behalf of my mother, Elizabeth Harney, who graduated from Northwestern in 1939. She would like to take part in the Millennium Club Foundation campaign, but at 93, however, a 10-year commitment seems too much to ask. So she would like to be a silver level participant, but just make the entire $1,000 donation at once. I have enclosed a check for that amount and trust that you will apply it where it will help the most. As an added note, I wanted to mention that my mother had a very unique experience at Northwestern. She is probably one of the very few small number of students who completed her entire education from first grade to college graduation on one campus. I don't know if there's a special category for that accomplishment, but it might be worth mentioning in the plaque commemorating her donation. I wish you great success with your campaign. Every student deserves a chance to further their education, and you are helping to make that a reality. I just want to share, I'm going to turn the lights off for just a second. I want to share some of the progress, and when I share these slides with you, I've said this before, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart, it is clearly a group effort. Even if I get to receive the check, or Dr. Cunningham gets to receive the check, it takes 6 or 7 touches sometimes to convince somebody. They might receive the brochure, you might talk to them. In fact, I can tell you a story that Helen talked to this Dr. five years in a row. Pat Headley got him this year. You just never know how things are going to work out. So it's clearly a group effort. So was it Pat or was it Helen that convinced him to give? You know, it's not really, you don't really know the answer. So what I want to show you is how well we're doing. Let me get the right stuff. Okay, I just pushed the wrong button. Okay, this is the total dollars received by this fiscal year. That's $3.4 million. That is the highest number of total dollars received in the history of the foundation. And we still have 3 months left. Previously, I think the year was 1996. And as you can see from this slide, let me show you the laser printer. What the laser I don't know. God, I keep getting wrong. Anyway, you can see from this slide that it looks like we're coming out of the economic issue. Now, there's a couple of big gifts that made this happen, but that's a very positive outcome for us. And I think as I go out in the community, I hear a very positive story. I hope you saw that this year. There's a few people that are still a little reluctant, but I think conversations are starting to open again, and people are feeling better about where they are and what they're doing. This is our endowment giving this year. Not quite a record, but it's very, very close. And like I said, we have 3 months left, so if you've got an opportunity to grab a couple $100,000, you might make a new record here too. That first slide, I want to say, that is the combined effort of everybody in the university and the community working together. That's the athletic department, that's every fundraiser that touches and works for this campus. So that's why I say it's a combined effort all the way around. God. Sorry. And this is our Millennium Club donors. We had a really huge climb the first 2 or 3 years. We've kind of slowed down a bit, but this is the same time that we had a huge economic recession. Don't know where our 2011 numbers are. They're still tallying those up, and we'll be tallying them at the end of the year. But I think those are going to be very positive. Did anybody have a really bad experience this year? Helen and I, can I share that story? We went and saw a lady that had received our stuff for quite a while. I think her husband had been on the foundation board, and she was really hesitant to meet with us. And she was over in Cherokee, and we drove over and talked to her. And when we said, you know, we're just asking for $100, she says, well, that's just peanuts. She says, I could do peanuts. And so she wrote us a check for $100. She's happy to pledge, and she's happy to be part of the Millennium Club. Just getting in there and talking to people sometimes allows you to get to the point where they understand exactly what they're asking for. And she's excited to make a difference in our students.
And stuff that work on campus and reflect on campus and faculty. And sometimes I feel a little guilty about it because it's so easy. Because I've had about the same people for every year that I've done it. And I just make that call every year, so to be willing to do it again, and without any hesitation from any of them. It's just, yes, I'll do it. I'm glad to do it. I'm looking forward to it. And so and they go out and they do the work, and so it's an easy job to have. And I'm proud of them, and because they always work hard, and we increase collections almost every year. I also want to echo what's already been said with Dr. Cunningham, Dr. Needler, and Mayor, the thanks and how, for the hard work that all of you do and how important it is to what we do here at Northwestern. So we have the leaders or the winners of different categories. We give, as you know, awards in 3 areas. The number of new pledges, percentage of employees giving in their building, and the total amount raised. Well, we kind of have a unique situation this year because we have someone who qualified for first place in all 3 categories, and so that's Denise Bay. So just to be fair, just so we can spread out the wealth a little bit, we're good. Oh, she got. Oh, you got some too?
Oh.
So Denise, we're going to go ahead and recognize you and the new pledges. So you do get one. You don't have to.
Most contacts made, Helen Thiesing and Skeeter Bird. Helen and I were working pretty hard there at the end to try. Helen's very competitive, if you don't know her. Okay, total dollars raised. Pat Headley, Dr. Stanley Petrie. Very good. And finally, new Millennium Club pledges, Liz Smith and Troy Smith.